What's up guys, my tag is Priest and I know some things about Modok I'd like to share with you. Because if creating these tutorials inspires more of the player base to pick up old baby legs here, I think that would be super chill. I'd really like that. A big welcome back if you watched the beginner tutorial, and if you haven't, I'd consider skimming it, just in case. The beginner video was something like an overview of Modok, and in this video I'm looking to go more into his tools to help you understand them so you can start incorporating them into your play. This video is going to be packed with great knowledge, some of which I haven't seen elsewhere. This will be a familiar format for some. I'm going to start with character design, go into some more niche facts about his normals, specials, and supers like before, but this time I'm also going to talk about his combos, assists, TACs, and incomings. Let's talk about his character design. So we know that Modok is a zoner with good movement, but looking at him from a more wise perspective, we see that his normals occupy a specific spot on the screen, and that is the 1 to 1.5 character lengths away. His specials supplement that by covering spots on normals that his normals don't, and kind of anchoring him as well. There's a giant oval bubble in front of Modok that he has control of, especially if the opponent's back is to the corner. And in my experience, Modok wants to place himself so that the opponent is in that bubble. This is why against grounded characters like Hagar, Ryu, and Wolvie, he is an absolute nightmare scenario because these characters don't really have any other ways of approaching than straight into that bubble or through that bubble. I plan to talk about this more in the future, but I think this paints a picture and helps form an idea of how to approach Modok. For normals, I don't plan on going over every normal like before, but instead giving lesser known info that you might otherwise take some time to learn. You're just fast forwarding through that with this video. So let's talk about crouching light. We know that it pops characters up if they're in the air, but standing medium actually holds them in place. If Doom will just let me show that. Standing medium actually holds them in place. I've seen people use this for their jamming bomb scenarios. They'll do like a jamming bomb, and standing medium is just that perfect normal to hold them in place for a snap there. Really good for that. So for crouching medium, it's actually amazing for air confirms. Let me show you in this scenario here. There is no other normal that has as much hit stun and knockdown as this one. Let me see if I can get it right perfectly. See how Doom just hits the ground from like the highest length, from like the highest spots? No other normal is going to do that for Modok, so yeah, it's really goated. You can't cancel any of the H buttons into anything for the first couple frames. This is definitely a miscon that I missed in the last video. If you notice here, I'm like canceling crouching medium really quickly. You can't do that. You can't cancel into anything in the first frames of the standing H's or any of the H buttons. Let's talk about his crouching H. You can loop for pressure and combos, this little sequence that you can do if I can land it. So you can get 5 of those. That's good for optimal damage, as well as pressure here. So it negates push black, and then it's also just about like a frame trap. So it's really strong. I can give you a tip to learn how to do these in the corner. You just do down back H, up forward as soon as you can, and then down forward dash as soon as possible, and then go back into that crouching H. So it's almost like a little triangle that you're doing there. That's my tip to help you land those. So I'll include a clip of S hitting Nova out of Superman Punch Super from full screen. So it's really cool. You can actually delay a hit of Jumping Light by pressing it again. If you notice here, Modok just hits twice, but there's like a bit of a delay there. This is actually really strong for confirms on smaller characters, and it's actually the optimal confirm to do that for like the best damage. So that's really cool that you can do that. You actually get the full sequence as well even if you do that. So for jumping M, it's actually Modok's best air-to-air that he can OS off of. You go from medium into medium analyze cube, and then confirm with another medium into dash up light, into S. So it's a really strong normal for that. Let's talk about his specials. So Blaster and Balloon Bomb will always soft knockdown, no matter where you put it in the combo. So look at here, it will always land on the ground. And if I can land this, show you a good example. So both of those are soft knockdown. I didn't get the launch down, but you saw that Doom hit the ground there. Analyze Cube is a good combo breaker. For example, if you know Doom or someone is coming in for a combo, you can cube and get your own combo. So let me show you what I mean by this. We know that Doom's coming here, so I'm going to put Light Analyze Cube, and it actually combo breakers and gives me a full combo there. So a lot of little uses like that you can use Light Analyze Cube as well as the other Analyze Cubes for that. So it's really strong. So let's talk about jamming bomb. There's actually 2 rules about landing jamming bomb that you have to know, and that is like it has to do with like the distance to the wall that Modok is, and as well as how high the character is. You want to have the highest wall bounce so that you have enough time to actually land that combo. So this might not hit. Okay, this might. Yeah. So yeah, it's dependent on that. And the best jamming bomb combos are the ones that you have like assists that let you get it at any moment. So yeah. Let's talk about barrier. Barrier isn't a special. I just consider it a special because that's how strong it is. But what I wanted to share with you is that Doom can't pass through it. No opponent can pass through barrier. So yeah, just wanted to include that. Let's talk about his supers. Hypersonic Blaster picks up only on level 3. Level 3, 5, 8, and 9 of the levels of understanding. On 1, 2, 4, 7, and 6, you don't get the pickup after. So let me show you the pickup. This is 1, 2, 3, and you'll see that I'm able to pick up 100%, and it's very easy to do. And you can get full combo off of that. For the numbers that I've stated before, it doesn't let you do that. Just so you know, it doesn't matter. 99% of the time you can get the hit after if the opponent lands right on top of the beam and falls in such a way. It's 99% you can. It's going to take a bit of a setup here, but I just wanted to show you that the damage you get from a max power Hypersonic Blaster. Raw is 50%, and even after a whole extended combo, it's still 45%. So yeah, it's really damaging, really good. All right, so I'm gonna try to show you really quickly the secrets to chaining hyper battering ram supers, and that is this. It is dependent on getting the opponent slightly above Modok so you can hit as low as possible to the ground and get a last hit right before you hit the ground. So I like to do these because it's easy to determine the spacing and that last hit there. You can easily tell that Doom gets hit and he's popped up and Modok is like really close to the ground. I like to do those. There's a more optimal route that I have trouble with because I'm just not used to it, the timing and everything. But you can do this. It's a little bit more optimal, and I usually drop it here. Let me see. All right, I got it. And yeah. So you want to be as close to the ground as possible and super as soon as you hit the ground. These are the Dustin loops, I believe. But yeah, that's the secret to chaining those supers. Let's go talk about combos. Before getting into combos, I just want to say it's a good habit if you dash back out of the corner after a launch down. This is the best for picking up with that Goop Sonic Blaster on all the characters. Characters like Vjo, Rocket Raccoon, if you do this in the corner and just dash up and do that, it might not always hit. So let's talk about the Magic series timing. I didn't go into this series before, but I just want to say that when going into an air combo, you launch up and then do 2 fast mediums into H and delay the S for the pickup after. This is more important mid-screen. You delay that S so you can dash up and get that follow-up after. Let's talk about solo combo limitations. So when doing an intermediate combo, it's either you do Goop pickup or wall bounce pickup. You either get that pickup, but you can't get this wall bounce pickup after. I believe this was done very on purpose. You hit the ground. I mean, you OTG and you have 2 options there without doing a super advanced combo. And the reason why he can't do that is because of the limitations. So he needs assists. He needs specific assists to get the most out of the combos. With Modok, you need an assist that lets you combo out of Goop Blaster into using your wall bounce like this. Some of the best assists for that are Hyper Grab, Rapid Slash I've seen work. Centurion Rush is forced ground bounce, so you're gonna get that extension no matter what. Charging Star, we've seen this with Fruitsy. It definitely works. It's really good. And a really good assist from Modok as well. Wesker, Samurai Edge, in theory should work as well. So you definitely can like try different assists and see what's possible. Just want to show you the Super Balloon Bomb Hyper Battering Ram combo. You dash into the corner, do a Balloon Bomb, then you do the Hyper Battering Ram the other way, bring them back into the corner, and then continue the combo. I guess you've realized that I'm talking more about combos rather than showcasing them, and to that I say that there is so much good content for combos out there on YouTube. I will put a playlist of combo videos that I use to learn Modok routes. It should pop up on the top right. If it doesn't, that means I forgot to do it, or I couldn't find the videos, and I apologize. Let's talk about his assists. So Hypersonic Blaster is the more straightforward of the assists. Similar to Doom Beam, it's just a little bit more activation frames, and he doesn't lean back like Doom. I will add though, this assist is really good against Zero because it beats Buster, but that's if it doesn't get sniped by Buster. So Balloon Bomb has some niche uses. I used to think it was good against Wolverine. I have like an old setup with like the corner where you do stuff in the corner, and then if it hits, they land into it and you confirm. I might show that in the clip. Let's talk about Barrier. Barrier is untapped potential, specifically on incoming, especially with Doom. If you can get it set up right and get behind the opponent and sandwich them, you get some really nasty like mix. Like, what side was that? Believe it or not, that might have been cross up high. Like, it's ridiculous. I have a full video showcasing this, but like the stuff that you can do with Barrier, unseen before and super grimy. Let's talk about TACs. So Modok does have an infinite and fancy combos. I'll try to share a video of that if I can find it on the top right or in the description. I just go for the basic though and go straight into 2 cubes like this. As well as this is the down option. I just dash up cubes, give myself enough space so that I can pop them down here and then do the light into launch, and that's how you finish it. Really good for keeping these levels of understanding. You just super with other things, and that should kill after the combo. There's actually a technique to landing this, and that is learning the flight into Analyze Cube Plink. Basically, you just do fly, and then you press H right after, but really quick, like a plink, and you should get a flight and also do an Analyze Cube. You want this technique because to get this pickup after Analyze Cubes, you do light medium into the flight into that technique. So after the 2 cubes, you go for light medium into that technique, and that's how you go into that. After that, it's just dialing combos, and then you do medium, light, and then the light into that. Yeah, just it's a pretty good combo. Really good TAC. Serves a lot of uses and is really good for his game. We'll talk about that in the advanced combo. Let me just show you the side TAC. It's the only time that I use the fancy stuff, like this. Like that, and that's the fancy looking stuff. It's really pretty. Not necessary, but I definitely like to watch it. Okay, so on incoming, I really like to use 3C as a meaty and just kind of OS based off of what they do. For example, if they don't block the meaty, you just kind of dash up and confirm, like so. If they do block, you just kind of check to see, and then you baby legs to continue your pressure once they hit the ground. Now, for example, here's where it gets nice and nasty. If they block and push block, you can dash up and get a throw, and if they tech that throw, you actually continue your pressure as well. Let's see, throw escape. If they block and they tech that throw, you fall with a standing medium and put them into immediate pressure like that. Once it gets like into those levels, you start to get really advanced, and you can use your assist to incorporate more layers. Let me show you what that looks like with missiles. All right. Let's see what it looks like with missiles. So like that, like that. That's full lockdown, full pressure, and then you get like about 2 turns to go for a mix. So, and once it gets really developed, it's really, really good. And yeah. There's also the option of doing the Mothman, which I need a little bit more setup to. I'll try to show it here, but basically, you set up a meaty balloon bomb into barrier, or just straight up, and go into goop, and then you check to see what they do. If they push block, you grab and they fall into the unblockable setup, which I will have to go into the advanced, because I'd like to keep these combos around, these videos around 10 minutes. This is going to be around 15 minutes we're going on. If you don't push block, you fall into the goop. It's really strong incoming there by Mothman. Shoutouts to him. He is on his SF life, he's on his SF grind. Really miss him. Really miss that guy. But yeah, so that's going to be it for the intermediate video, and this time even I learned some things about Modok. I appreciate you guys for watching this and hope it was fun to learn about the big Labrodoc. I'm looking to get the advanced video out soon, so keep an eye out for that one. I'm gonna have to dust the ancient scrolls and reveal the secret tech, so that's gonna be fun. Alright, like and all that, follow me for more. I appreciate you once again. Say goodbye, Modok. Alright, bye.